Our next story comes from Scotland, which has witnessed its worst whale beaching in decades. A pod of 77 whales beached itself on the island of Sanday. What is beaching? It means that they stranded themselves on beaches. So 77 whales beached themselves. They were found hours later by rescuers. By then, 65 whales had already died. Only 12 were alive. Officials tried refloating them, but they failed. So the whales had to be euthanized. In the end, all 77 whales died within the span of a day. But why did it happen? And why do whales beach themselves? Here's a report.
A Scottish beach has witnessed an unprecedented sight. An entire pod of whales washed ashore. Rescue teams scrambled to save them, but unfortunately, they couldn't. Yesterday, 77 whales beached themselves in what could be the biggest mass stranding in Scotland for decades. They were found at the Tresness beach on the island of Sanday. The pod included males, females and calves. Some of the whales were up to 22 feet long. By the time the rescuers found the whales, which was only hours later, 65 had already died. Only 12 whales were alive. Officials tried refloating the whales, but their efforts failed because the sand was soft. So today, a decision was taken to euthanize them. While this may sound cruel, it was the logical choice. The survival rate for beached whales is low. They can only survive for about 6 hours on land. After that, their health begins to deteriorate. And eventually, after suffering, they die. The question is, why did so many whales beach themselves? Well, there are no clear answers. Experts say it's too early to know what caused the stranding. But most likely, one of the whales got into trouble and the rest of the pod tried to help. For now, officials have launched an investigation into the matter, and public have been asked to stay away from the area because post-mortem examinations are being carried out. Though this is the largest stranding event in Scotland, strandings of a similar scale have been seen in recent years, and that's no surprise. Like most things in nature, climate change has worsened beach strandings as well. It is an indirect factor as it warms up the oceans and puts the whales at risk of habitat loss and pushes the species into newer and unfamiliar territories. No one knows why the phenomenon occurs. But the greatest strength of whales can also be their downfall. Whales are highly sociable animals, so if one member falls sick, is injured or under threat, the member goes towards the shore to beach itself, and the other whales follow, which scientists assume is the case in the Scotland beaching as well. But so far, this is only a theory. Science doesn't have any concrete evidence yet, except that whales aren't the only animals that beach themselves. So do dolphins. There are around 2,000 strandings each year worldwide, and most of them result in the animals dying. And till we find out why this happens, we won't be able to prevent it.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity. One tree for Mother Earth. One tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost.